So the Armory has been out for a couple of months now in CS2, and over those past couple of months, a ton of people have been asking me and wondering and thinking about what the best investments from the CS2 Armory are going to be, because obviously the Armory is very much like an operation, and historically operations have been amazing times for investing your money, amazing times for making money. So in this video today, I'm going to be going over my favorite and best investments from the CS2 Armory in order of the places that I would be most likely to put my money and the places where I am actually putting my money right now, because I am going to be making some pretty significant investments into the CS2 Armory. So we're going to be talking about all of that and more in this video today. But of course, first, just want to mention my cash trading business. If you guys are looking to sell any of your CS2 items, turn them into cold hard cash, crypto, or any other payment method, definitely hit me up over on Twitter. It's going to be the first link in the description below. We're buying pretty much anything and everything for the right price, but obviously we like to get those bigger deals done. So if you have any expensive skins, gloves, knives, if you're looking to sell maybe your entire inventory, bulk cases, anything like that, we're looking to get a big deal done safely, effectively, efficiently, hit me up. We can probably get something done. And of course, by selling to me, you're helping support me, my channel, and my content, which I would appreciate a ton. With that being said, let's get right into this today. So just outside of the top 10, I have this on my honorable mentions because I don't think you can talk about the Armory without talking about the Desert Eagle Heat Treated. This is very, very controversial. This is not something I am invested in. This is not something I am going to invest in. I think I own just one single Desert Eagle Heat Treated. That's because I redeemed a Desert Eagle Heat Treated for a video, and I've just held on to it. But this is super, super interesting to me because obviously this is a limited edition item, but this is a limited edition item that we knew was limited edition. We knew exactly how long it was going to be in the store, and people had a ton of time to buy up a ton of these. And yeah, some people are going to be investing into factory new or blue gems or whatever, but even in the blue gems, they're a little bit less common than people think. There's so many good patterns. There's so many trash patterns, but there's a lot of blue gem patterns as well. There's a lot of patterns that look really, really, really good. But also, these things were so hyped and so talked about and so pumped up by so many people in the community that their prices were pretty high and still are relatively high as well. And I just don't know if they have a ton of room to run from the prices here. Again, when I'm looking at an operation or armor or something like that, I'm looking to get cheap stuff that has a chance to grow exponentially into the future. I just don't see the heat treated there. So I know a lot of people are invested in the heat treated. A lot of people have different opinions on heat treated and stuff like that. This is something that I'm staying away from, but I get how I could be wrong about this. I get how this could have potentially get how this could end up being a good investment, but it's just not something I'm going to be going for. Now, at number 10, I have a couple of different directions you can go, but the point here is cheap character craft stickers that you actually believe in. Now, the reason I have this at number 10 isn't because I don't think stickers are going to do good. I think cheap stickers overall from the Armory are going to do very, very, very well, but for the character craft, I don't like it as much as the elemental craft, but also I don't know exactly which one of these is going to do well, because I think a lot of these are really going to depend on just kind of which crafts start to get popular and stuff like that. There's not really stickers that just look kind of good across the board. The character craft stickers are very specific to like certain crafts or going for certain ideas or vibes or whatever. So some of the cheap ones that I would be taking a look at are the chompers, because I've seen a lot of people, you can put like these sharp teeth on a lot of different stuff and make stuff look cool. I've seen people do cool stuff with that. You have the quick peek, which is, hey, it's just like a googly eye. There's a lot of different stuff you could do with this. I think it has a lot of applicability, I guess is the word. And then I have the clown nose. Now again, these are all three pretty cheap stickers in the character craft, and like I said, I like going for cheap items. I have a lot of room to potentially grow. I think if we look historically at operations and stuff, getting stuff really, really, really cheap and then having it grow over time, especially once it becomes discontinued and stuff like that, does seem to be the way to go. So I do think stickers will do well overall. I just don't know which sticker from the character craft. It's hard for me to choose, but those are three of the choices that I think could all be good. But I think some cheap character craft stickers could do well. I have those at number 10. At number 9, I have the AK-47 Be the Monster. Now, when you look back to discontinued collections, the peak items and the very, very popular big ticket items, they can be hit or miss. Some of them do very well. Some of them go flat. Some of them even go down over time. So this one could be a little bit risky. And another thing I don't necessarily like about the AK-47 Be the Monster is it is part of the Overpass 2024 collection. So if we do ever get Overpass back in the active duty map pool, and we're going to at some point, then we're going to start getting a souvenir Be the Monsters, which is going to overall increase the supply of the Be the Monsters out there. So I think those are going to hinder the investability of this a little bit, but also at the same time, this is gonna eventually at one point be a discontinued AK-47 skin. It's a very good looking one, a popular weapon. It's a cool skin. So I think this overall could have some decent price increase over time. Again, it's rather expensive. I think it's not gonna be something where you're gonna like 10x your money or something like that, but I think you could have nice little stable growth over time. So, to me, this is okay. That's why I have it up towards the top of the list. It's not an insane investment opportunity, I don't think, but it could be okay. And if you like it as a play skin, it could be a way to get a cool looking play skin that also hopefully grows a little bit over time. And number 8, I think a little bit better is the M4A1S Fade. Now, again, I know people are worried about this in terms of the supply, but honestly, I think recently we saw that maybe the Overpass collection has passed up the Sport and Field collection in terms of unboxings and supply and stuff like that. But the good thing about the Fade is you don't have to worry about, the Overpass collection being, added to the game like you do with the Sport and Field collection. So the Sport and Field collection has a little bit of an advantage there. But also I think the M4A1S Fade might be the best M4A1S skin in the game. Now, I've used a lot of skins. I really like the Print Stream. I really like the Blue Phosphor. But the Fade looks really awesome. It's really fun to use. A really, really cool skin. I know that it's been a little bit hyped up. It's been, people are excited about it, but I think it's for good reason. Again, this is a skin that I don't think you're going to be able to like 10 extra money or anything like that, but I think this one is going to grow nicely over time. I think it's a little bit better than the AK-47 Be the Monster. This is the covert that I would be the most likely to invest in. Again, I only have it at number 8 on this list, so it's not what I am going to be investing into. Definitely not a significant amount of money, but overall, if you wanted to go with an expensive play skin that you get to use and grow a little bit over time, I think it's an okay place to go. At number 7, I'm going to be going with the low rarity trade up skins from the Graphic Design collection. Now, again, the Graphic Design collection does seem to be the least desirable of all the collections, which definitely is not a good thing for its trade up fodder. People are going to be doing a ton of trade ups all the way up to the CMYK, but still, from what we've seen, trade up skins from discontinued collections, even from ones that are not that popular, still seem to do pretty well. So we have like the MP7 Astro Lab here, field tested, minimal wear, factory new. Those are the ones I'd be looking at and going for. I think this one could do okay, but I just think there's better options overall in the Armory, but still I think this one is pretty good, and this is one of those that could see, a way to double, triple, 4x, 5x your money. I think these are a little bit better place to put your money than some of the ones at the top of the list, but definitely not my number 1 spot. At number, I think this is 6 or 5 or something like that, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, I have the cheap stickers from the Elemental Craft collection. Now, what the ones I'd be looking at right now is the Hydro Stream or the Scorch Loop Reverse. I think, depending on whether you think the Fire or the Watercrafts is cooler, I think more people are going for Fire type stuff, so I would probably lean towards the Scorch Loop Reverse here, but depending on whatever's cheapest at the time, I know there's Hydro Stream, Hydro Geyser, Scorch Loop Reverse, whatever. I think these are going to do quite well. Now, again, these are around 21 cents right now. You can get them even cheaper on third-party marketplaces. Elemental Craft stickers are just kind of universally can be used for so many different crafts. The application rates so far are good, and again, if it ends up being a discontinued sticker, whenever that happens, I think these are going to do very, very, very well. I think these are going to have very nice growth over time. They're super cheap, so you can load up on a bunch of them. You have the flexibility of being able to buy and sell different amounts. Yeah, you got to be careful because it's going to be a pain to have to buy a bunch of these and load up storage units and trade them and all that stuff, but I do think these are ones where you will be able to make a nice amount of money. I think cheap Elemental Craft stickers, especially the good looking ones that people are going to actually be using for crafts and stuff, are going to have some nice growth over time. Then we are getting into, I believe this is number 5, the Zeus Dragon Snore. Now, this is in the Overpass collection. Obviously, this is trading up to the AK-47 Be the Monster. This is the cheaper of the 2 options. It trades up to the AK-47 Be the Monster. That's why I like this. I'm looking for, to take advantage of people doing trade-ups. I'm looking to take advantage of people eating into the supply of these things overall. The Dragon Snore definitely seems like an interesting investment to me. I think it's a good looking skin. I think it's funny. It's a Zeus skin we don't have very much of. It's got a cool design, but I'm most like, the thing I like most about it is it being used as those trade ups and that supply getting eaten into and the price being able to skyrocket from there. I think this is definitely something to keep an eye out on. And then, of course, like I said, the Sport and Field collection does have more demand. I think it's going to be doing more trade-ups. I think a lot of people like that M4 Fade. I think a lot of people are going to be going for the M4 Fade. So next on the list, I have the Galil Rainbow Spoon. Again, the cheaper of the 2 options in the Sport and Field collection for the second rarity below the M4 Fade. So I think a lot of people are going to be doing trade-ups for this. I think this one, the supply is going to be getting eaten into. I think it's going to see some nice price appreciation over time. Now, you do have to worry a little bit because the Dragon Snore and the Rainbow Spoon, they are kind of expensive already, but still I think these are still going to be able to have some decent growth, and they're still definitely ones that I think are worth keeping an eye on. At number 3, I have the Negev Wallbang or any of the cheap skins in the Overpass 2024 collection. Again, this collection is super good. Getting those bottom rarity skins, you can get these things for dirt cheap. In field tested, this is factory new, but I think in field tested you can get these for as low as like 20 cents, 18 cents, 19 cents, whatever. Loading up on these things I think is definitely going to be a way to make some money. Yeah, yes, like I said, you do have to worry about the Overpass collection, getting souvenirs and stuff like that, and adding to the overall supply, but still, I think the trade-up skins at the bottom of these collections are going to make a ton of money. I think these are going to be some of the best investments of all. Now, it doesn't have to be the Negev Wallbang. It could be any of the cheap skins at the bottom in the lowest rarity. At number 2, I have the gallery case. Cases are obviously something I love. I think cases are the S plus, the Z tier investment of the CS2 world. And from what we've seen so far, discontinued cases end up being very good. And that's at least my prediction. That's my thought process. That's where I'm going at with this investment, is that the gallery case is going to be a discontinued case. I think I was looking, and right now I own about 500 gallery cases. I don't think the gallery case is going to be quite as good as, Operation Riptide or Broken Fang or Shattered Web or whatever, but I still think it has a very, very nice opportunity to do very well. And what I like about this is, as long as this does go discontinued, it's rather low risk as well. It does seem to be, maybe the lowest risk thing in all of the Armory. You can redeem these profitably for guaranteed profit right now by getting them, for more than, obviously it costs 80 cents. You can get these for 95 cents. So you're making some money there, even if you just want to redeem these and sell them right away. But I do think these are going to have a really, really nice price appreciation. Really, really nice growth over time. Yes, I do have Kukri knives, but some of the skins are pretty decent, and still, discontinued cases are discontinued cases, and historically, those have done quite well. I'm not betting against them just yet. And then finally, at number 1, where I have invested the most money so far into the Armory, is into the lowest rarity skins in the Sport and Field collection. That could be the Mag 7 Wildwood, that could be the FAMAS half sleeve, that could be whatever's just the cheapest at the time. Again, I think the Sport and Field collection is going to be getting a ton of trade-ups. I think a ton of people are going to be trying to ladder into that M4 fade. I think these are going to do insanely well. And I've been buying a ton of these for 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 cents, whatever. And I could definitely see a lot of these skins growing to like $1 plus in the next couple of years. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't even know when the Sport and Field collection is going to get removed. But in the meantime, I'm loading up and buying a bunch of these. The 2 places I'm putting my most money into the Armory right now is into the gallery cases and to the lowest rarity trade-up skins, the lowest rarity trade-up fodder in the Sport and Field collection. Those are my top 2 CS2 investments from the Armory. And I think if you look back historically to operations and discontinued cases and collections and stuff like that, you can see that the most money historically has been in those lowest tier things. Now, again, you do have to be careful because you have to worry about liquidity. You have to worry about how long it's going to take you to buy and sell and move all the stuff around. You have to worry about storage units, all that stuff. But still, I think the risk to reward ratio is there. I think it's worth it. And these are the 2 places that I'm putting my most money. But overall, these are what I think are the 10 best investments for the CS2 Armory over the next couple of years and whenever this stuff starts getting rotated out and moved and all that stuff. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.